Hey, we're Ming and Tom, and we're speed cubers.
That means we can solve Rubik's Cubes really quickly.
But now we're turning our attention to some of the world's biggest problems.
With solutions you never saw coming, because we are
The
Solve Guys!
Woo!
we have a few
Let's
more
go.
Solve Guys in here than usual today.
We have literally duplicated. We've
exactly.
doubled.
We've doubled.
Yeah.
It's
Double
nice and
trouble.
cozy.
And this table is very squishy. Tom, who do we have joining us today?
We have Queensland's very own Charlie Eggins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Charlie!
that's me. Play the sound. Yeah, that's the sound I like.
That's good. Yeah, nice.
Woo.
And the amazing Tripod, Michael Tripodi.
Cool.
Let's go.
Both incredible memory champions
Yep.
when it comes to the old QB cubes. And that is what this episode is all about. We're the Solve Guys. We're going to solve a problem. And today we are solving bad memory.
Bad memory.
Bad memory.
Yep. Which
Let's
none of
go.
us at this table suffer from.
It plagues us all.
This is more
especially-
just like, making sure that the audience at home can kind of get the tips from our, fountains of wisdom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because obviously this is something that we're experts in and have never struggled with, really. It's just
Absolutely.
Yeah,
different.
when we're doing blind, we just remember literally every single thing, no
Yeah.
forgetting ever, because
never DNF to single solve.
I
Yeah.
think people getting into maybe their older age, not saying that anyone
Hey,
specifically at this table would
Shots
fall under
fired.
that category,
I'm
but
on the other side of the table, and I can feel the insult, the burn.
this
coming
is a
from the
big
other
one.
side.
This is a big one. Everyone struggles, right? We all forget things.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, like you wake up in the morning and you just have that anxious feeling, like, oh, I missed school. I have an exam today, and you're like, oh, it's Saturday.
Yeah. And also, I haven't been in school for 3 years. I don't know why. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Still get those dreams.
But
or
no,
nightmares.
you're right. I get that. Actually, almost every time I leave the house, I just feel like I've forgotten something.
Yeah.
There is something I failed to do. And it's getting worse and worse just with how fast life is going.
Did
I was
you-
thinking
did you
before,
remember
people
yours?
probably don't, may not actually believe it when we said that these guys solve Rubik's Cubes blindfolded. If you are not aware, it's a thing. They literally solve Rubik's Cube blindfolded.
Yeah, we have way too much time on our hands.
And our current record holders, so the fastest, not just in Australia, but in all of Oceania.
Yep.
Yep.
It's incredible. Charlie also once held a world record for 3x3 blindfolders.
used
So
to.
we spared no expense today, didn't we?
We have the two best.
Yeah.
Here
that's a good
together
idea.
in
It's an
one
honor.
room. I feel like I got some imposter syndrome. Why are we should be on their
Yeah, I know.
podcast, right,
We
Ming?
should-
Like-
we should be here.
yeah, we should
True.
start a podcast. I feel like that's probably
we
like
can
the
be
next avenue.
The
you know?
memory bros.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the blind guys
It could
featuring
be
Tom
just
and Ming.
this is every episode. Like we just bring on, people who we're teaching our ways and
Yeah,
some thoughts for the future.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Charlie and I.
As always, SolveBot 3000 is going to decide at the end who of the four of us gave the best solution. So you guys are getting bang for your buck. You're going to get 4 solutions today to
Yeah.
the problem of bad memory. Let's see what SolveBot 3000 has to
Hello,
say.
Solve Guys. How does it feel knowing this is your second last episode ever?
For the season, right?
Special
for the
welcome to
season.
Tripod
Had me
and
worried.
Cheggins. I'm a huge fan. Remembering stuff is easy for me, but I don't know how you humans do it so well. Sorry that you have to put up with Ming and Tom, but
Hey.
trust me, you won't have to for much longer. I've developed a
what?
special plan
Ominous.
that will ensure that
Sorry. There was a
Cut that,
malfunction or
cut,
something.
cut.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I have no idea what's going on
That's
there.
enough from you, Solvebot.
Are you guys
Let's,
safe? Is everything all right? Like,
I don't know.
is there anything we can do to help?
yeah.
Anyway, bad memory. Woo!
Yeah. We love bad memories. No.
No, we don't. That's the opposite.
We're here to eradicate them.
Here's a challenge for you all. I'm going to give you 5 words. See if you remember it by the end of this episode.
Oh.
And
Oh,
I don't
no.
just mean
Is that-
our guests here. I mean
gonna say.
the listeners as well.
All right.
Okay.
Switch on your multi-brain.
Okay.
Are
you
you
know?
ready?
Yeah.
I'm
This is
only gonna say
long-term
once.
memory.
What
I'm
pals
going
are
to
you
say
using,
once.
Michael?
You ready?
Oh, that's a great question. I haven't thought
Listen
about
up,
it.
class. Listen up.
Pigeon, minority, minute, reject, sum. All right, moving on.
Wow.
Memory is a
okay.
thing, and forgetfulness is a thing. I think it's actually harder to remember things than ever before because we have so much to remember. Living in 2024, appointments, people's names, taking out the trash, giving something to someone that you said you would. I am so guilty of that. Deadlines, where you put your wallet, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Wallet, keys,
Yeah, yeah.
phone.
Phone, wallet, keys.
Oh my goodness.
In any order.
In any of those orders. Yeah, life is busy. Life is just stressful. Not to mention lack of sleep is a thing that plagues like so many people.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did some reading online. Apparently old age affects it too, which is weird
Oh.
because, Tom's still as sharp as a tack.
What? It's getting
What is
flipped on me
happening?
now.
The old age insults are really never far away. This is exactly what I expect.
It's left, right, left, right.
Yeah.
It's-
Back and forth like a tennis match. Just
Yeah.
I think
literally,
we've
was thinking
all had one of those moments where like you get a Google Calendar
Yeah.
update and it reminds you of something and you're like, thank goodness. You're like, I was
Yeah.
not going to
Yeah.
go to that. I totally forgot it was someone's birthday. And then
Yeah.
you got like half an hour to get ready and you're like,
Yeah.
at least I wrote it down, I guess.
I mean,
Technology is
have
wonderful.
you guys ever forgotten something like super important like that?
I mean,
funnily enough, I've forgotten my blindfold to a lot of competitions. Like it's been multiple competitions where that's been a thing, and I've just had to borrow off someone else for the entire comp. And I'm thinking this is my shtick. Like I'm supposed to be
Yeah.
the memory
Your
guy.
one thing.
You know? That's the
Yeah.
one thing that I'm good at. My gimmick.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like a football player forgetting his football.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly the same as
Pretty much exactly the same. Yeah. How about you, Charlie?
Yeah. I mean, I guess one that comes to mind is I woke up really early for some like game thing. So I was on not much sleep and I had to wear formal uniform to school the next day.
Yeah.
And just by habit, I forgot that I needed to wear formal shoes when I was putting on my shoes. So I went to school in formal uniform, but with sports shoes on.
Yeah.
So
That's great.
It's just
Big
fashion
trouble.
apply. He is a trailblazer. He truly is. I feel like it's going to catch on.
yeah, it's
You
because
wear
I
that
needed to
shame
run
for
5
the rest of the
kilometers to
day.
school.
Yeah.
It's
And
crazy.
Schoolyard is tough on that kind of thing too. Like
Yeah.
you don't live that down. Your friends won't let you.
Yeah, that's right. Did you know earlier this year, Wei Tin Yu from China set a world record of most digits memorized in 5
Wow.
minutes, 642 digits.
What?
Wait, how many is
5
that?
minutes. That's literally more than two per second.
Oh, how do you do that?
I know.
Like that's supposed to be like
It's
I'm
actually crazy.
in multi-blind, so I'm used to remembering like massive amounts of information.
Yeah.
How do you?
that quickly. Right?
Yeah. That's
and they're just
fast.
numbers. Like, there's only like 10 different digits, so they just constantly get repeated. It's actually crazy. Yeah. There's a YouTube video of this guy called Shizhu from Mongolia, who I believe, correct me in the comments if you like to, who holds a world record for memorizing an entirely randomly shuffled deck of playing cards. Did it with a stack mat timer and everything.
I've seen this video. Yeah.
12.73 seconds.
Mental,
Wow.
mental.
Is that
Suits and
so
everything.
he like repeated it within that, or that's to
That's-
memorize
that's
and
how long
then
he had to look at the cards
Right,
before
right,
he
right.
stopped
And
the
repeat them?
timer.
So
and
it's
then
like
he has to repeat
yeah,
them
yeah.
back in any time. Okay.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it's almost like he just like takes one shuffle through the cards, then as soon as he stops the timer, he's like shutting his eyes and trying to run through the sequence again,
Yeah.
and then
Straight
I
away.
think you have to like order another deck of
Yeah.
cards to the same, and then
That's
they
right.
check it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nailed it. 12 seconds. It's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
Well,
insane.
that's 4 cards per second, right?
Yeah.
I could not flick through cards that fast.
That's
Oh.
another
That's
limit. Just how quickly can you actually see what you're supposed to be memorizing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, it's crazy. And I mean, like I said, at this table, I mean, one person at this table broke the world record last year at 12.1 seconds
Yeah.
for 3x3. Someone else at this
Crazy.
table holds the oceanic record, successfully solving in under an hour 46 out of 49 cubes.
What?
It's nuts. It's actually crazy.
Insane.
How do you do it?
That was Tom, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was Tom.
exactly. And that was
Yeah,
Tom.
yeah.
So thanks.
Yeah. Tom's pretty, he's like a savant with these things, you know, he's pretty good. Like he does it all. He's my favorite.
He is.
We've
it's
actually
crazy.
seen as well some multi-blinders in the community go on to do memory events
Yeah.
and become like, go into that more niche field of, if you can say anything's more niche than cubing, but
Memory
people who
sports.
excelled in multi-blind, Marcin, I forget his name from Poland,
Kovalchik,
right?
yep.
Yeah, Kovalchik.
Mascal.
Yeah.
Zeshan's also done a lot of memory
Yeah.
sports.
Mm.
He
Oh,
held a
yeah,
world
Zeshan.
record actually. He
did he?
Yeah, he broke a world record for like most pictures memorized in a minute or something
Yeah,
like that.
insane.
Like
Wow.
and that was supposed to be a thing to like train up his multi-blind and just
Yeah,
like
that's
broke the
crazy.
world record casually. Like that's
While
mental.
training.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh, whoopsies.
He's
That's
a crazy
great.
fella.
Too
If you
good.
know Zeshan Kokar,
Yeah.
look him up on the WCA. He's got a profile for the ages.
W
He
profile.
Based profile. Incredible.
And the thing is, like, I mean, to give our brains credit, our brains are amazing. Like, they forget stuff, but our brains are actually amazing. Like, they don't only just remember facts, they remember skills and procedures, like stuff that's hard to explain, like, a T-perm, how to ride a bike, how to walk. Like, I
Yeah.
know how to walk, but I can't actually tell you how I don't know how to verbalize that.
Like what
Yeah.
do you do to walk?
Yeah.
You don't know. You just do
You
it.
just do it, yeah.
How
But,
do you breathe?
but the thing is
We're all
that
breathing
we're not
manually.
computers. And so we remember things better if they affect us in some way. And our memory seems to be very much like a use it or lose it kind of thing. And that's why we just prune stuff from our memories. We just delete. Unlike computers, we self-delete stuff from our brains. And that's why we forget.
Simple as.
That's right. So that's what we are going to solve today. And, there are like obviously medical issues with that. You can, amnesia, various forms of that, dementia. And that's, all sorts of, I guess, different ways that you would actually address that. But I guess we're thinking today about just everyday forgetfulness.
Yep.
Stuff that like makes you, I don't know, people, not having as much of a reliable, responsible impression of you. That's not what you want. You want to impress the person at the job interview.
Exactly. You want to be organized. You want to be on top of things, remembering things, and not being like, oh, I forgot to feed my dog all week. And then you have this poor little skinny boy.
That's so
Imagine,
sad.
just think about that this episode, guys. Imagine if you had
that's so sad.
you had a cute little Toby like me. Do you want to forget to feed him? No.
Don't tell me. No, I don't want to. I don't want to think about it. I just don't.
Sorry to kill the vibe.
Yeah, thanks for that.
We love dogs.
I
And
don't
Shall
feel
we
safe
move on?
anymore. What's my safe word? I want to get out of this podcast. I say check, you say ins. Check, ins,
Check
ins. That was horrible.
That was weak.
Let's
Check in.
check in with Charlie now.
That's amazing.
This is
That's
going
why
good.
they pay him the big buck.
Yep, professional
Yep.
podcasters. That's why they are.
Charlie, what's your solution to the problem of bad memory?
Yep. Okay. So my solution, I guess, in one word, it's association. Wow. So what could this mean? Well, if you need to remember something, associate it with something else that's like gonna happen or something like that. So an example, I guess there's a big example in cubing is Jack Kai, who's a really good multi-blinder from Australia, or he's just good at blind in general, but for a specific oceanic record, blindfolded multi-blind, he sort of put a cube that he knew he was going to like make a mistake, and he put a cube like a little bit offset somewhere that really shouldn't have been like that. But it meant that when he went to make that mistake back in execution, he realized that the cube was a little bit offset and then got back on his way.
Oh,
So
That's
it
clever.
actually meant that he got the oceanic record,
Yeah.
which was pretty crazy.
because he associated the like slightly off position with something he needed to note about that cube.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
right.
like, don't do this one now. You need to like do these ones first and then come
Yeah.
back.
That's
kind of thing.
good. That's
Yeah.
good.
So
That's a classic. Yeah.
yeah, that's an example of one, I guess. And you can do this with heaps of stuff.
Yep.
I had a friend tell me that their mum, when they like go over to someone's house and they need to put something in the fridge, they also put their car keys in the fridge. And that's because you need your car keys to go. And so
Yeah.
you open the fridge, get your car keys out, and you're like, oh, I need to get this food from the fridge. So
Wait,
That's a really good one.
amazing.
Yeah.
that's
actually-
genius.
That's a great strat. I
That's
love
so
it.
genius.
When I'm
Love it.
driving, I'm going to use that.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
for
Sure.
me, that would be like, when somebody brings a dish over
Yeah.
and they eat at your place and then you're like, you've kept that dish for like 6 months and never gave it back to me. I
Yeah.
need to put my
Guilty.
car keys in the,
In the
plastic
dish.
container
Yes.
in the
Yeah,
drawer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like, I guess you put things at the door in order to remember them. So, like, when
Yeah.
you walk past, you
Yeah.
just see it and take it and stuff. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is an incredible solution to
Yeah.
the problem. Yeah. We picked the right people. I
Yeah.
told you. Spend
If
no
I can,
expense.
if I can touch on that for a moment as well,
Yeah.
I know someone who like has a really clean house, and they'll remember like if they need to do something tomorrow that's a little bit weird,
Yeah.
they'll just like put a book on the floor or something like that. So then when they wake up the next morning, they'll see the book on the floor and they're like,
Oh.
"Why is that book on the
What
floor?"
does
And
the
then they'll
book
remember
do?
the
That's
thing
great.
that they had to do.
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's out of place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's one that people do. I think they like tie a string around their finger or something if there's like something specific they need to remember that day.
Yep.
And so when they're like, why is there a string on my finger? They remember that thing.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for my house, it would have to be that you take the books off the floor and you're like, why is the floor so clean? Oh, that's right. Yeah, we need
Yeah,
to.
same here.
Guilty.
Same
Done
here.
that. Coming from the red corner, weighing in at 210 pounds, 6'7" tall, and a very handsome man, Tom.
Hey.
Ah.
Oh, don't get
6
all right,
foot
you'll get
7.
there.
Come on.
you get there.
Yeah, so short.
You know I'm taller than that.
Yeah, that's right.
Selling is short. My bad.
My solution today is a little bit different. Instead of looking at like a exactly practical
Mhm.
thing, I'm going to give you guys a tip that will enhance and is the foundation
Get on
and
with
the
it.
core
It's
of
gonna be
all
like
of your guys'
planting
solutions.
vegetables.
And when's the solution
Okay,
coming?
something something about a farm, probably.
You guys just don't understand.
Yeah.
No one thinks like me. No one thinks outside the box.
Isn't that like a good thing though? Like, I mean,
Yeah. We're not here
could
for
be
it. We're not
Great
here
thing.
for a
All right,
bad memory
yeah.
actually isn't a problem. You just embrace it. No.
Well, hang on. Let's hear him out. See what he
Yeah,
actually
okay.
has to say.
All right,
you
give
know.
him a chance.
I think we can improve our memory on the whole by looking after yourself. And what do I mean by looking after yourself? I mean by exercising, eating
yeah.
well, and sleeping well.
Good idea.
He's not wrong.
Yeah,
It's actually a good solution.
it is a solution.
Yeah.
Yeah, and probably a really effective one at that. Like,
Yeah,
genuinely.
it's pretty good.
That's just good advice on the whole,
Yeah.
really.
Exactly. I'm just looking after you guys, and I'm not going to mention any names, but I know some of you guys need to work on some of this stuff.
Hey.
Well, hey, he didn't say you, but like,
No,
but
he did.
probably is you.
The glove fits so well.
Yeah.
So the first one, exercising.
Yeah.
Exercising has been found to improve your memory's capacity and strength. It does this by increasing molecular targets like the brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF. Boom, there's some
Sweet.
science for you. And and you guys know me. I'm not giving you any more science. That's like a small summary. Look it up yourself.
Getting learned up
Learn
right
about
now.
it. Learn about it. Exercise can also boost your memory and your thinking indirectly by improving your overall mood and sleep,
Oh, yeah.
reducing stresses, that sort of stuff, which leads into eating well, which, these are all like kind of work together.
Yep.
My research found that foods high in sugar, refined carbs, like processed foods or things with unhealthy or saturated fats can actually impair your memory,
Oh, I thought those were good.
right?
I was having Macca's at competitions all the time to
That's
No.
help my
different.
memory.
Brain
That's
food.
different. McDonald's helps
Well,
every Cuba.
Some
Yeah.
things have like a special like aura boost,
It
right?
boosts your mood, which
Yeah.
is, as you said, something pretty good.
chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggies. Also, new studies at the University of New South Wales suggest that those same poor diet choices can affect your long-term spatial memory quite
Okay.
significantly.
Spatial
right?
memory. What's that?
I don't know. Like I said,
Good research.
do you-
Just
do you-
I mean,
Make
yeah,
notes.
Do you
Take
remember-
it sounds
Space,
it
yeah.
sounds important.
yeah,
exactly.
So it's probably
spatial-
good.
want a factor.
Your memory in space.
Oh yeah.
So
Ah,
if you're trying to go to
got it.
space,
Difference in memory on Earth.
That's spatial. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
and both of those things also, they're kind of all intertwined. Both of those things help you sleep better, and then sleeping better in turn, improves brain cognition and memory and stuff, right?
Yep.
And this leads into another little bonus fact that one of the best tips that experts have to remember things. So this is a little more practical.
Yep.
To remember something is to sleep on it.
Yeah.
Right. So
That's true.
if you
That's actually
guys
true.
do
Yeah.
Duolingo,
Yep.
Duolingo is always like, do your 5 minutes before bed because you remember it better. And you're like, shut up, bird. That's what you think,
Yeah,
right?
but
Yeah,
it's
it's
The
true.
bird speaks facts.
I
though.
did. I had like 400 days on something.
Wow.
Wow.
But then
Over a
I
year.
dropped that because I'm sorry, if Duolingo wants to sponsor this podcast, I take it
Yeah,
back.
yeah, that's
But Duolingo is a scam on another note.
Oh snap!
You
Look
don't
out.
learn anything. It's
Oh.
like
Oh my goodness. There goes that sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Good luck.
He decided to just go straight to Japan. Why do you need Duolingo?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
If you
Immerse
can live
yourself.
I mean, the real question is, do you remember everything that Duolingo taught you?
no, not at all.
wow. Yeah, it's a
exactly.
scam then.
And after
Yeah.
like 400 days of French, I'm like, oh, bonjour. And then you're like,
That's
Oui, oui.
I've been
I
doing
want
the
a
same,
croissant.
Baguette.
the same 6 things every day. But so no, sleeping helps strengthen your memories.
Yep.
It resets you for the day, memory consolidation of all the things that you've thought throughout the day, right? So studying or thinking about things right before you go to sleep can help you remember them the next day. And then also lack of sleep affects your memory negatively in the short and the long term.
Yep.
So sleep well, right? So my solution, looking after your health might not help you like in an exam, right? If you're like trying to study for your final, it's like it will, right? On the whole, but I mean, it's not a tangible thing to do in the moment to remember something, but in the little bit longer term, and definitely like long term, you're gonna be less forgetful.
Less
forgetful.
forgetful.
Think about it like that. More or less
That's
forgetful.
amazing.
Gonna be
Wow.
more unforgetful.
Oh, yeah.
And small side effect, you just get healthier and better.
It's
Wow.
a gift that
in
keeps on giving.
It's a well-oiled machine.
Oh,
The body is.
Tom, my son, I'm so proud of you. It's amazing what discovering Wikipedia can do. Hey,
general. Yeah. ChatGPT, thank you for that answer.
I can't believe I thought you were going to actually give him a compliment. That's on me. That's not there.
What do you think? I'm going to actually support him?
Yeah.
Nah, that was good.
Bit rough.
I mean, you're right. Because, like, I know I could sleep. I know I could look after myself. But, I'm just going to use a memory hack. Let's just use some clever thing and stay up all night just cramming for the exam.
Yeah.
What's sleep?
Next up is the man of the hour, Mr. Ting Man.
But not
He's
past
the
this
boy.
hour.
The man ting man.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So here's something that happens to me very often. It could be my age. I frequently walk into a room and forget why I went in there.
That's just
I think
being
that's
a human.
relatable,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
everyone does that. Something about walking under the arch of a door
Yeah.
is just kind of
No, that's exactly right. It happens so frequently. And I actually just have to like step out and then I'm like, oh, that's right. And then I go back in again.
Oh, yeah.
but then when you walk back
That's
through
funny,
the door,
eh?
you like forget something else. Then you keep
Yeah.
walking back and forth, and eventually, like you forget where you are.
You see
and-
something on the way that takes your attention, and you're like, "Oh, I did have to put that washing
Some
away,"
person-
and then you're
literally,
fully
yeah.
lost.
Literally, it's like
Yeah.
the doorway effect. And that's because like a lot of our memory apparently is like context dependent.
Mm.
And so the
Yeah.
place in which you learned, the place in which you encoded it, like if you're in a completely different context, it's much harder to retrieve that information because it was encoded somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's, for example, why it's so easy to like forget someone's name when you see them again somewhere else because it's like, you're out of context. I met you at
Yeah.
the shop. I met you at school, at work. It's like, you're not there now. I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Even though like, I might recognize your face. I mean, imagine you guys like doing a blind solve where you memo in one location and then you relocate and like execute in a different location
Oh.
like that. I mean, you've got a blindfold on, so I
Possibly, yeah.
suppose, yeah. But I don't know,
Yeah.
it's the environment, the temperature, like
Yeah.
any
Yeah,
of those
possibly.
things. So, scientists tell us that it's not just location. Like I said, your other senses, the information that's coming in, even your mood. Like if you are learning something when you're like in a really good mood, if you're in a really bad mood, that stuff that you learned when you're in a good mood, it's really hard to remember.
Wow. Okay.
It's actually why when you're in a really, really bad mood, your happy memories are harder to retrieve because you had those memories. It just feels like life is bad. Like whole life is bad. And actually it's your mood that's like suppressing those memories and not actually because you never had happy moments in your entire life. So my solution is don't trust your memories because they suck. So
That's-
sorry, was that
okay.
that's
Crickets.
going
Is
too
there,
far?
is there a
It's
cricket,
like a bit-
cricket sound?
That actually is. It's
It's a bit
sound.
abrupt.
I mean, a little bit.
Yeah.
No, it's because your memories just change all the time. Look, we have even like proof that your memories can actually be like false. You can have like memories that
Oh,
are
yeah,
planted
yeah.
and like,
Yeah.
you know,
You can, like, make
legal
something
forensic
up.
investigations and stuff.
Yeah.
Like people will legitimately, like the lie polygraph thing will show that they're not lying, but they actually like altered their memories and the way they recounted it. They might have just like told the story to the cops so that it made more sense to their own brain. And after a while, they're like, yeah, no, that really actually did happen, but
Yeah.
it didn't happen. And so since you cannot trust your memory, my solution is just write everything down.
Okay.
It's just that. Write everything down.
Literally,
It's-
how everything are we talking?
yeah, like right now I'm writing what you're saying down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to forget this moment.
Yeah, I don't want to forget this
It's a
moment
good
just
memory.
next to my
You be in
boy.
a good mood.
Just the fellas on a desk. We're all here. But
four boys on a desk.
my
I need to
arms
write
aren't
this
free. I
down.
can't write anything down.
Yeah.
How am I going to remember?
How am I going to remember this?
Wait, no. I mean, you could dictate it into
All
your phone,
at the
so-
concert, all the phones are up in the air, and Ming's just there with his notebook, writing down every lyric.
Yeah, just write down, and then they hug.
Hey,
and-
no,
Yeah.
it's true. So
Yeah,
I mean,
he's put, like up there
on
with
my
his like
phone,
parchment paper, quill and ink. Like,
I'll show it to you guys on my phone. Look at that. I have a widget that's right there. That's got like I can just add a to do thing like right away.
Ooh, I like
So if
that.
there's something, like I said before, wife tells me I have to take something to work tomorrow, or like don't forget to put this in the kids' like school bags or whatever. It's like I'm not even if I'm like easy, as if I'm gonna forget that.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna forget. And even if there's an 80% chance that I'll remember, like why not make it 100% that I'll remember?
Yeah, and is
Fair
it not
enough.
true that the act of writing something down, whether typing
Oh,
it or
yeah, that's
handwriting,
true.
actually helps
That's true.
consolidate that memory
it's
as
like a
well,
review.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. When I was in university, one thing I did, because I had a student diary at the time, and I decided for some reason, because I was meeting so many new people, I think every time I met someone, within a few minutes, I would get their name into like that day on like the diary entry.
Wow.
And I did that religiously for like a couple of years. And it meant I just knew everyone's names because
Okay.
it could be awkward sometimes because it's like, you're the girl from the chemistry prac. It was last Tuesday. And I just hit like really subtly just like take the diary out and just like, Tuesday. It's Anna. Anna, how you going? And then she's like super impressed that I remember her name.
Or
I
like
just wrote it
super
down.
weirded out that you like wrote down details about her
Have a
and like remember
notebook.
you're like, I remember it like it was last
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
You think it's inconspicuous what you did, but really she's watching you and you just like freeze, pull out a book, look at it, and then you go, hello, Anna. Hello.
Yeah.
And wait, the one with pimples. Oh, hey, Anna. How you going?
Wowzers.
That's amazing because I feel like with meeting people like that, you either have to ask them for their name
Yeah.
again the second time.
Mhm.
If you miss it on the second meeting,
Nah, that's
you
it.
have to go the rest of your life. You have
No.
to just call them bro. You have to call them ma'am or
Call,
sir.
Yeah.
call Anna, bro. It's like, that's
Yeah.
it for the rest of
You
our
can't
life.
see him like
Hey
5
girl,
times.
hey girl. And
Hey,
then,
you. How
hey
you doing?
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
The
for
one
rest
with
of your
the
life.
face. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my solution. Just write it down.
Just
Fair enough.
write
like
it
an
down.
extended
Just
to-do
do it.
list, really.
Yep.
And with technology, there's so many ways you can do that now, right? Like you've got your little
Yeah.
widgets, you've got Google Calendars, you've got the Notes app if you have nothing else, or the good old, I'm sure you like the good old fashioned quill and ink.
I do, yeah. Just on
Yeah.
my hand.
A
Actually. Oh,
feather.
on parchment. Yeah.
Pot-
Yeah.
Yeah, papyrus.
Piece
yeah,
of
there's-
papyrus paper.
it's just scrolls, yeah. Just cave drawings.
Cave
And 18
drawings.
is cursive. Like, yeah.
Just bring around a typewriter to type people's names in every time.
Just give me a second. That's two ends. Yeah.
Ding.
This is the man from Gippsland. This is the man who will hold your camera. And this is the man who has a blindfold on right now. Michael Tripodi.
You have
Yeah.
All of those things were
You
true.
have blindfolds on right now.
Yeah, but I still wasn't lying.
You guys don't have blindfolds on.
Tripod, what's your solution to the problem of bad
Okay.
memory?
My solution, while slightly unorthodox, I find that if you're a very musically minded man, it can work wonders for you. And that is to kind of make little songs to help you remember things.
Ooh,
Music-
a ditty, if you
Yeah,
will.
I suppose so.
I really need a demonstration. Were you going to get a demonstration?
We might get a demonstration.
Yes. Oh,
I
please
had
continue.
to. I mean, I had a week to prepare for this.
Oh,
Of course, I have a
yes.
demonstration for you.
Please continue.
Music as a tool to help you remember things is predominantly used, I find, a lot in the world of advertising. So
Yes.
I've only just recently
Oh.
found out actually that this is something that only our Victorian listeners will find. So
Mhm.
it won't resonate as well because you three obviously aren't from Victoria, which holds the wonderful world of Gippsland and all of the lovely
fine.
surrounds.
We've
That's
got
the
Victorian
most
listeners.
notable thing.
Yeah,
the most
Victorian
notable
listeners
things,
at
Gippsland.
home. If I ask you, what's the number for the reading writing hotline? Some of you might already know where I'm going with this. If I start off the jingle 1300,
6550506.
so he does
Oh,
We
know.
have that. We have that in
You do
Queensland.
have that.
No,
I said that.
okay,
I
so-
said that just
Yeah,
before to like
Charlie
the whole Eggins
Eggins
family
is
and the
too
Warriors,
young.
and
No,
nobody
my mum
knew.
didn't even know it.
Yeah, no one knew that. Is that an us thing?
Well, I've lived in Queensland my whole life, and it was on the TV
I know.
when
I
was
I was
gonna
a
say-
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a lot of TV when I was a kid, and it was
Yeah.
on the TV. Like I remember, like in
Yeah.
between like the primetime shows and whatnot,
And
we'd
did it
see
have
that
the
kind of thing.
cartoon character?
Yeah, and like
drawing?
dive,
Yeah,
and it was like
diving
take the
in.
plunge, and they were like diving into like thing
Yeah.
of water.
Dude, there's a
Yeah.
power of like a good jingle, right?
Yeah, a good
Yeah.
jingle, like
Yeah.
something to really cement that in your head. Advertisers like to take full hold of that.
And have you ever run the reading writing hotline?
I haven't ever
Oh.
rung the reading writing hotline.
You remember it.
Yeah, I'm
But
pretty confident
if you ever
in
need
the
to.
level that I
Yeah.
am. So I've never felt the need to. But
That's incredible.
just in case I felt like it, the answer's there. Just if I
Yeah.
needed it.
Yeah,
Another thing that I'm thinking is more useful, kind of in personal life.
Yep.
Something that you might not even realize you do. If I asked you, for example, quickly answer as fast as you can.
Mhm.
What's the letter that comes after T?
Oh,
You.
You. And can I hazard a guess and say that you got that answer by going A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K,
Yeah,
L, M, N, O, P?
I genuinely
And
had
going
to. I had to go QRST.
Yeah, and then you just
Yeah.
kind of run through the song.
X, Y, and Z.
Wait, that is
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's almost. I feel embarrassed, but at the same time, probably all of us like we have such strong
Yeah.
association with like you need a few letters either side.
Yeah.
To,
Yeah. Because
Wow.
it's all kind of like one big body of one big thing that you can kind of like subdivide into parts, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
chunk-
even
that you
still,
can
like-
chunk into parts.
Yeah, I suppose so. That's another thing that I kind of was thinking of. But I was thinking if you wanted to memorize kind of like a decent chunk of information, something that maybe doesn't have much context on its own, it's just maybe a list of things.
What?
Wait, what's happening?
Whoa.
Say, for example,
Whoa.
oh no, I
Okay.
picked up
Got
the
a
guitar.
guitar.
Say, for example, if you wanted to remember all of the episodes of Solve Guys that have been released thus far. You could make yourself a little song about that. And I apologize. I spent a week writing this and I got carried away. This will go for about 3 and a bit minutes. So I hope you grab your popcorn, sit down.
Yeah.
Or you're already sitting down, but strap in if that's what you feel inclined to do. All right, but this is a song just about Solve Guys, about the episodes, and I figured, it's a thank you. You've welcomed me to your lovely state, and it's an ode to the Solve Guys.
Yep. Take it away.
All right. Everybody has problems, but I know what they don't see. There's a couple of guys dedicating their lives to give good advice to me. I do all my homework on toilet paper, write down my sums and then save them for later. These bad drivers always on their phones and I won't eat my veggies, they're in packaging that's bad for the globe. Can't you see my life is so much better? All thanks to the Solve Guys fixing my life. 40 minutes a week and I know the Solve Guys will say goodbye to all of the problems the world is facing today. This is my life now, I'm skipping the queue. It's like I guessed the right password and they sent me on through. These words of wisdom I take to the heart. Each new episode giving me a fresh start. But my conspiracy theories are running amok. Do mosquito bites give the travel bug? Say what you want, but don't tell me you hate it. This song's AI, cause I procrastinated. I used to hate ironing, but now I know that Felix Zemdegs told me not to wear clothes. It's a Solve Guys fixing my life. 40 minutes a week and I know that the Solve Guys goodbye to all of the problems the world is facing today. Before the aliens come to destroy the human race, let's be kind to each other. See bullying erase. So my sisters and brothers, there's just one thing to do. Here's a present, my gift, that goes from me to you. It's a sob. What's up, guys? This song is sponsored by Homescapes. 2, 3. It's the Solve Guys fixing my life. 40 minutes a week. I know that Solve Guys will say goodbye to all of the problems the world is. It's the Solve Guys. They're the Solve Guys.
And annoying siblings.
You kind of did get the annoying siblings in there with brothers and
Yeah, you did.
sisters.
I suppose
and be
so.
kind.
Did get it.
Didn't think about it. That was a bit lucky, but we'll take that.
That was
Take those
incredible.
dubs.
Thank
Very,
you.
very good.
That was
Thanks.
unreal.
That's just a recap
job.
of
Thank you for
so
Solve
much time.
Guys.
That was emotional. That was
I
actually-
genuinely like
I felt
crazy
that.
good.
I really felt
that's like
that.
the ending
really,
scene of
you
a
know,
movie.
It's more of a challenge to the listeners. See if you can find all the references in there, because there is at least one for every episode.
There was.
Oh, yeah. That's incredible.
I
Thank you
suppose
so
that's,
much
if
for
you
that
ever
beautiful
if you ever wanted
performance.
to remember all of the Solve Guys episodes, then that's all you need to do.
Wow.
That's the power of turning things into song, and that concludes my TED Talk.
Well, do you have to get emotional and cry every time you remember something with a song like that?
Yeah, it's part of the process. You move the needle and trust the process, and there's a few tears along the way. That's just the nature of poignant art.
Yeah. I will point out one thing. How long did you take to make that song?
It was over the course of about maybe 2 nights. I had to figure out the riff.
Hey, that's pretty good actually for like a whole season of Soul Guys.
That was
two
like
seasons of Soul
yeah,
Guys.
1.5 seasons,
2
we'll
seasons.
call it.
Yeah.
1.5 seasons. We're all right with that.
Pretty good.
Hey, no matter what happens, guys, it's been a lovely time here with you.
What do you mean?
I'm
no
not
matter
gonna-
what happens.
You
sound like Soul Boss.
I'm
Someone
gonna.
wants to come get us.
I am just gonna say I don't mind. I'm just happy to be here with you guys. But also, if mine doesn't win, I am gonna cry. So there's also that.
I'm literally actually crying. Like that was such an emotional ride that you took us on. We're really, really thankful for
the
that.
softball.
I think I need to write it down before I. Sorry, I think I need to exercise and eat well and
Yeah.
sleep.
That's-
Wait, where's
Right
the apple? You didn't
So I
bring the
remember
apple,
it.
so
Sorry, I
Instantly.
really need to remember that, Michael.
We just gave you 4 incredible solutions to the problem of bad memory. Solvebot 3000 is going to give us the final verdict in just a few moments, but you know we're going to do this. It is time for
all
the
right.
Tom V Ming head-to-head, but with the addition of 2 incredible blindfold solvers. And so I think it's only fair that you guys solve the cube blindfolded.
That's
Okay.
incredibly fair.
Yeah, I think so. So, I mean,
I think that's reasonable.
these guys will probably beat us blindfolded with us, with our eyes open. Like somehow they'll still beat us.
Well, I have an idea. Let's do one-handed to
Okay.
even the playing field a little bit.
yeah,
And
that- that makes
just in case you guys don't know at home, one-handed is harder than blindfolded.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
wish.
dude,
I
it
Really
took
wish.
so
good.
long to do
Yeah.
one-handed. Charlie, I
Well,
feel
Charlie's got
like-
2
yeah.
cubes. How about you do one-sided and then you do one blindfolded?
Okay, that's fair enough.
Charlie is faster than me, so I
Yeah.
feel like the handicap for me.
I just gave him the
handicap to
world's most
rather.
insane handicap, and he's just like, fair enough.
He's like, fine, I'll
Yeah,
do
he's like,
2
you know what?
cubes, one of them blindfolded.
Yeah,
Sure.
if you
Fair enough.
insist, guys, like
Fair
it's
Okay, here we go. Are we ready?
somewhat.
You can
Right.
inspect. Oh, sorry.
get to
You
inspect
can't
this one, right?
actually inspect your blank cube, but you can inspect
inspect this
your
one?
sighted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So if you
Alright.
don't know much about blind solving as part of a competition, you don't actually get inspection time. You have to you don't get like the 15 seconds before the timer starts. When the timer starts, your inspection starts.
That's
you can
it.
have as
Yeah.
long as you want.
We ready?
I'm ready.
Somewhat.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh, that was a bad choice on my part, not you guys. What? What am I doing? I'm literally putting pairs into the wrong. Oh no.
I think we might be done for. I can hear Michael clicking away. Okay, I'm on to PLL.
No, I haven't lost my spot. I reckon I remember.
Oh, and Tom wins! Tom wins!
Oh no.
I think that was a tie. That
Like
could've been
you
a
wasn't
tie.
solved
Oh,
anyway. I
so
did the
close.
thing wrong.
That was quite close between all of us. It was
actually. It
just
was
like
super
half a
close.
second between us, then Michael, then Charlie.
Yeah.
It's such a cheap win, though. I did that with my eyes open.
It's
These
also
guys
a
with the
cheat.
eyes
Take it, it's
closed.
fine.
That we made Charlie do a whole entire solve
Extra
before
cube.
he did one blindfolded, and
Yeah.
he still was pretty close. Like that's
Man, oh,
insane.
man.
I've spent even more time than you doing Rubik's Cubes then. That's
Wow.
really
Yeah, that's who's the
Is
real
that
winner
good or
here.
bad? Yeah,
honestly.
did I win?
Hmm.
Like you just got more time. You know,
Let's just say
to
if
your
it was
favorite
a
hobby.
touching grass competition, you wouldn't have a chance.
Solvebot 3000 is back for the final judgment. Again, my sympathies that you have to deal with your mortal brains, but alas, all species will eventually see their end.
That's so hard.
I've thought long and hard about the solutions, and here is my verdict. Healthy living is extremely important and indeed can promote memory.
Yeah,
Creating
nice.
paths of association can be very effective and trigger almost any memory.
Yep.
Writing things down as soon as you hear it is also a powerful way to combat your frail memories. But only one solution provided a truly novel approach to memory enhancement. By creating songs about what needs to be remembered,
Let's go.
individuals can tap into the brain's ability to recall music, which is often more robust than other forms of memory. Additionally, the act of composing or listening to music can be enjoyable and engaging, further enhancing its effectiveness as a
I did
memory
enjoy
aid.
myself, yeah.
Therefore, Michael Tripodi is the winner of today's
Michael
episode
Tripodi!
of Solvebot.
Good job.
Savor the moment. It may be your last.
What?
If
Okay.
I don't-
anything was
I don't
ever
care.
Not
Yeah,
to
deserved.
end like that.
I'm a 100. I'm a 1 from 1 on solve, guys. Like honestly, I might never come back. Just keep my 100%
That was
win rate.
incredible.
And
We will
against-
be
Yeah,
retiring your
wow.
jersey on the show. Your jersey
Thank
will be
you.
retired. No one can sit on that
Shout out.
bench ever again.
Never again.
Yeah.
That was
You guys get the
amazing.
floor.
Oh, I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm very proud of the fact that I think we gave 4 very
They were all
solid
very
suggestions
solid. Yeah.
to people. Very grateful that you guys joined, but there can only be one winner.
I'm glad
Yeah.
Solvebot agrees, but I can't see how you couldn't win with such a beautiful
Yeah.
song. So
Yeah.
thank you.
And I'll save
Thank
the
you.
tears for another day.
Yeah. Can I just say real quick that my solution of associations, I've been wearing this orange thing
Mhm.
on my wrist the whole time. For the listeners, I'm wearing like an orange wristband to remind me to give you all this lollipop.
Oh.
Each and every one of you can share it.
Stealing
Oh,
the
wait, wait,
glory.
I don't know.
Share one
You can-
lollipop.
One
you can sort it
lollipop.
out later. But I remembered to give it to you
Yeah,
guys.
so it works.
This is really
I'm
good.
going first.
You guys,
Bro thinks
have a
he's
good night.
Mr. Beast, giving like
Yeah.
one lollipop.
Yeah, guys. One lollipop verse train.
This is so
Something.
practical. Yeah,
And
I believe it.
It's
I
practical.
think maybe some of your frail minds forgot, but I didn't forget about the 5 words we had to remember at the start of the episode.
Oh.
Who remember that? Do you guys want to go through and say them
Okay.
together at once? I
yeah.
know them for sure in my head.
Okay, no, sure. You can say them.
I
like, all
reckon
one
I
at a
do
time.
know them.
So like,
Let's go for the first one.
count down,
3,
yeah.
2, 1.
Pigeon.
Pigeon.
You good?
3, 2, 1.
Minority.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Minute.
3, 2, 1. Reject.
Reject.
3, 2, 1. Some.
Let's go.
I didn't remember a single word.
Yes.
I just had like pigeons are a minority, so every minute one gets rejected from some university. That was my story.
Did you
great.
review it throughout the episode at different times, or did you just think of it once?
At the start, and then in one of our breaks,
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
remember I
okay.
thought about it once, but it's probably been 20
Yeah.
minutes.
I forgot to think about
I-
any of the breaks. So you
Yeah,
just
I had
left
a
me.
similar
I'm
story.
better than the world
world-
record, the previous
the
world
world
I don't know
record.
if you
Yeah.
have that one.
That's all right.
It's the
Well
solve,
done.
guys. It's our second
My
last episode, and we
We're solving problems that the world has, and we're doing it within 40 minutes today.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Thank you guys. No, not Marcus. I was going to thank
Frank
you.
Walker
guys.
here from National
I'll do that one more time.
Times.
I'll do that one more time.
Alright.
It's the solve,
Solve-
guys.
solve,
It's
guys.
our second last episode.
Second last episode.
We had tripods and chickens.
Tripods
With
and
the
chickens on
chickens.
tripods.
Yeah.
Many of them.
But at the end of this episode,
The end has come.
we can
Le
say
finale.
I can definitely say that problem solved. We should start a band. Well, thanks to the Solve guys fixing my life. The 40 minutes a week. I know that the Solve guys will say goodbye to all of the problems the world is facing today. Facing today. Well, thanks to the Solve guys fixing my life. 40 minutes a week. And the Solve guys will say goodbye to all of the problems the world is facing today.
Beautiful.